Hi everyone, I'm Pelin Yang. In this video, I'm gonna show you my assignment 1 of FIt5225. And in the first part, let's talk about the server. As you can see here, the server is just run the Python, and in the server, I'm using the NumPy, OpenCV, and the Flask. And also here, we're gonna do the object detection work. So in the first, I'm loading the YOLO, and you can see here the YOLO. This is we use YOLO to do the object detection work, and also we use the coconut name for the the label of the result, and then we will load the image and do the detecting the objects, and then we'll get the result. And as you can see here, if the confidence of the result is lower than 50%, we're gonna use that, and then we'll get the result, which is in the JSON format. And also in the server, we'll handle the post request and send it to this URL. Because the server should also be online as a RESTful API, so we need the Kubernetes cluster to help us to reach that requirement. So we need to build the Docker image and Docker containers first. And Docker file gonna help us to build the Docker image. Here I'm gonna show you my Docker file. As you can see here, here's my Docker file. Here is the here I'm using the Python 3.7 Slam Buster library, because it's a small version of the Python library. And second, here is the working directory, which is the server, and then add some dependency that the server need, and then we'll copy the requirements file. Let's show you the requirements. Here is my here is the requirements file. It's the libraries that the server gonna need, and then we'll copy the requirement to that, and then we'll run this command, which is to install the requirements of the OpenCV, and then we'll run this one. And as you can see here, the server .py is run this one as the main function of the Docker image. After that, we will build the Docker application, and then run the container. Cause the container is already running, so I'm not gonna show you how to do that. Here I will show you my container. As you can see here, here's the container, and this is the image name and the IP of this container, and also this is the container name. In the third part, I'm gonna build the cluster. First, we need to configure the cluster by using the config YAML file. Okay, let me show you the config file. As you can see here, here's my config YAML file. We built two nodes here. One is the master, the other one is the worker. And for the worker, we also define the extra pod mappings. And then we'll set the container pod as the 30,003, and then here's the host port is 80, which we can access it through the port 80. And then here's the protocol, which is the TCP. And after that, we can get 2 nodes here. As you can see here, we got 2 nodes here. One is the master, the other one is the worker, and we also got the internal IP of them. And then we need to deploy these nodes by using the deployment file. Okay, and let me show you what's the file like. Okay, so you can see here's my deployment YAML file. You can see here the API version is appv1, and the kind is the deployment, and here is the metadata and the labels. The name is iWeb lens, and here is the special line, which we set the replex as the 3, because we need 3 ports in this cluster. And here we also got the selector. We set a name iWeb lens as the key. If some selector has matching this key, they will grab this port. And all these 3 ports will have the containers, and we set the container names as iWeb lens. And here we got the image pull policy, which is set is never, cause by using this one we can pull the image locally. And then we set the image name is iWeb lens 1, and here's the container ports, which is 5000. And then I have also set the limits of the CPU, which is 0.5, and the request of the CPU is 0.5. And then let's see the service file. Here's the service YAML file. As you can see here, the API version is v1 and kind is service, and it also has the metadata, and the name is iWeb lens, and the label is iWeb lens 2. And for the suffix here, you can see the selector is set. The name is iWeb lens, which is matched to the key here. And you can see here we set the type of the port is node port, and then we got the ports. Here's the node ports, which is 30,003, which is same as we set in the configure file. And then and I think this is the accessor to you can access to the container by using this one. And we also got the port, which is 5000, and the target port is 5002. And now we can see the ports here. As you can see here, we got 3 ports here, and they are all running here. They are all running at this moment. and they are all belongs to the CAN worker. And now we can try the application on my local machine. You can see here it's working now. It can get the result of the detection the pictures, and here we can check the nodes are working or not. Here is the part name. As you can see here, the pod is working. It can accept the request from the outside this machine, and we can try another one. You can see they are working now. They can accept the request from the external machine. Here we're gonna check the Nectar's security group. As you can see here, here's my virtual machine. And you can see here, here's the IP address of my virtual machine, and here we got the SSH and the HTTP, and the SSH is gonna let the virtual machine accept the access from the outside of the virtual machine, and this HTTP will handle the HTTP request to this virtual machine.